back again with Ben 10 Alien Force, this time Season 2, Episode 13, the finale of Season 2. And holy crap, last episode was insane. Probably the best episode of Ben 10 Alien Force so far. We've entered the final battle, our crew versus the Dayan aliens. It feels like we've entered the final battle because we've got most of the plumbers' kids that we've picked up over the 2 seasons, even a few new ones, even one that I did not expect to come back. We've still got a few left. We've still got some things that it's like they threw everything at last episode. We had Paradox show up, Azimuth, Juliet, Ship, Alan, Cooper, Darkstar. I did not expect Darkstar. But yeah, they're all in Lost Solid now fighting off a horde of DN aliens. A lot of DN aliens. It's an army of them. Despite all that, and not to mention Ben's Omnitrix has been... Master Control has been unlocked by Azimuth. We saw the return of some OGs come back. Cannonball, Waybig, Upchuck. No original Season 1 of original Ben 10 had aliens yet. None of the original 10. None of the guys that are still on this. So, yeah, we didn't get any of them, but if we do, oh my god, I don't know what I'd do. But, yeah, we've still got a potential for some plumber kids to come back, some others that are not plumber kids. Those trapped in the Null Void, Manny, Pierce, Helen, Grandpa Max could possibly show up. But the DN Alien hybrid fleet has come through the giant teleporter pad and it is now they've arrived on Earth, they're here now. So we can only imagine what they're going to be doing now. This episode has a tall order to fill. This has to be the best episode of Ben 10 Alien Force so far. Otherwise, it's a tall order to top last episode, but it's got to do it if it wants to stick this landing. So yeah, let's just see where this takes us. So let's just get into Season 2, Episode 13, the finale of Season 2 of Ben 10 Alien Force, starting now! It was able to knock down Waybig. He's probably the most powerful. Besides Alien X, he's the most powerful we have. So that leads me to assume that Alien X is going to show his face. His non-existent face. Yeah.
We break into the hybrid control room and force the hybrid captain to make his ship's retreat.
No. Doesn't sound great.
That's your big plan?
Yeah.
Hey, how many times have I beaten you?
Twice. But just at this moment, I can't imagine how.
I'm in control. When did you get all this stuff?
Hey?
When didn't I? Every time we found some alien tech, I tossed it in the trunk, and whenever I have free time...
I love
work on the car.
Yep.
I love this car. It's a tank. Driving through the buildings. It's the Benmobile.
Kevin, come on!
I'm gonna miss that car.
Oh my god. Me too.
It's hero time!
He hasn't said that in a while. Oh. Oi. Oh wow. Yeah, that's gonna regenerate, but wow. Oh. Oh wow. Yeah, and he's still up.
Leave him alone!
Oh! Die!
You gotta come back to me, Gwen. I can't lose you, okay?
Ah. Please. Oh. I was waiting for the kiss.
I don't have the authority to Supreme could end the attack.
He's not even the leader.
One side, alien freaks.
Man! Does that mean?
Hey, Gwen.
Helen? Pierce. One more. Where is he? Where are you, big boy?
How's it going?
He's back!
Grandpa Max!
He's back! Go to the
Door
home
out
world.
is also a door in. Got your phone?
Sure. Why?
Still holding down the fort out here.
Where are you going?
Just stepping out for a second.
And bye.
Ben!
Who's it? Oh. Shit!
If we don't make it, it's up to you guys.
Forget that, man. We'll see you when you get back.
This is the first episode I've seen Manny in where he's not a dick. Oh wow. We're getting Ben 10 Star Wars. Oh. Oh. Oh no.
My dear fellow, sincerest apologies.
This planet looks screwed already. No! Don't hurt ship. You're hurting ship.
Just reach the Omnitrix.
Why do you need to reach it?
Oh, right.
Voice command.
Omnitrix. Humongosaur.
Nice! Oh.
Hi. Take us to your leader.
Oh.
Who dares? I've read reports of your tenacity, but truly your gall exceeds all description. Thanks.
They aren't attacking because of their supposed superiority. They're attacking because they're dying out. Their ridiculous belief in racial purity led to inbreeding, a loss of resistance to disease, and finally sterility. This is the last generation of hybrids, is it not?
You are correct, vermin.
Wow.
But we will not perish alone. We can help them. Omnitrix, can you repair the genetic damage to the hybrid? All of them?
Whoa. It's coming through the portal as well.
What have you done?
Whoa.
I ordered the Omnitrix to reprogram your DNA. And judging from the new look, I'd say it worked. Omnitrix? Program complete. All hybrid and range of transmission are now genetically fused with random species from Omnitrix database.
You have made us impure. There is only one honorable act left to us. Now. There is another way.
He's back.
Righty!
Fellow Hybrid, we can live. The High Council elects you Hybrid Supreme. Lead us wisely.
Ryan is the Hybrid Supreme.
I will try.
Come on. Come on.
Thank you for your help, Ben Tennyson.
This was not the end I thought.
Are you going back to the null void?
Nope. After watching Ben's recruits in action, I think they need some training from an old pro.
Ah.
You three sure don't need me anymore.
Today I'm going to the auto shop. I need a new ride.
I'll go with you.
You like cars?
Zidane.
Not really.
She likes you.
I like you though.
It's the one.
That DNA wave I made seems to have reset the Omnitrix.
Yes, it has, hasn't it? Have fun figuring it out.
He's back to square one again.
Man, I don't recognize any of these guys. Well, here we go again.
We're starting all over again. And we don't see it. Now that, whilst not action-packed, was I'm hesitant to say perfect, but then again I don't know what I'd do to change it. It ended in a way that I didn't think it would end, but it's almost better. We've not wiped out the hybrids, we've cured them? Because apparently the reason they were all white and stuff, they're susceptible to disease, they were inbreeding, they were basically trying to survive out their race. They were trying to make their race go longer, but Ben has made it so that they can thrive again now. They can be a race that just thrives and grows. Because even we'll go from the top. You know what? Rank out of the way first. No reason to not put this at the top. This goes at the top, as it should, as the finale it should. Let's see. Yeah, episode 13 goes straight to the top. So, from bottom to top, we'll go. Episode 4, one with Big Chill. I liked that episode, but for some reason it's at the bottom. That's not to say it's bad, it was a very good episode where Ben became a teen mother. And it was Big Chill, what probably my favourite alien of the ones that we've had so far. But then again, we've completely reset. So episode 4 was at the bottom, the Big Chill episode. I loved it, but still, it's at the bottom. Episode 6 was the Forever Nights in the Ship episode. I just loved it because of Ship. Episode 11 was the tiny one with Mama Gwen. Episode 7 was the episode of the parents, which infuriated me. But it was supposed to infuriate you, so it served its purpose. Episode 10 was the one after that. It was the Simeon episode. Episode 3 was the Albedo episode, yeah. We're going to see Albedo again. We're just waiting for season 3 for that. Episode 2 was the Rhiney one. That came in big in this episode. He was back. Episode 1 was Premiere with Darkstar. That also came back. Episode 5 was the one in Los Soledad the last time with Cooper. That also came back. There was almost something from every episode. If I can nitpick, there's something from every episode in this one. See, episode 4, Julie was in it, so that's what we can say. As well as a bit of the Gwen-Kevin romance. Episode 6, Ship. Episode 11 was the Anodite stuff with Gwen, because that came into play. Episode 7... not much from episode 7. There wasn't really anything from episode 7. The parents didn't show up. Episode 10, Simeon stuff didn't show itself either. Episode 3 was Azimuth was in that episode. He was back. Episode 2 was Rhiney. He was back. Episode 1, Darkstar. He was back. After that was episode 5 with Cooper. He was back, and in Los Soledad as well. Episode 9 was above that. That was the Saving the DNA Aliens. That was also in here, because we also saved the Hybrid. Episode 8 was above that with Max, Helen, Manny and Pierce. They were also back. Episode 12 and 13 were part of one thing, so yeah, that's been that whole season. It's been incredible. This was a combination of not just this season but the season before as well, because once again, like I said last episode, we've had the people like Alan was back, Paradox was back. Just having everyone here, it was great. But yeah, first we had once the hybrid invasion started, Ben had the idea to infiltrate the main building in Los Soledad where the hybrid commanders were, and all the alien tech that that they've encountered among these 2 seasons, Kevin has just been adding to this car. It's amazing that we've only just seen this now, but it's a lovely surprise. It was a tank, or at least it was for a little bit. Like it had all these weapons on it and everything. It was a beast. It was a Batmobile, the Ben Mobile, Kevin Mobile, whatever, the Ben 10 Mobile. But yeah, it didn't last long, unfortunately, because it got blown to hell. So, but it feels like we're definitely gonna get a new one, possibly even a better one. So yeah, they fight that Ben, Gwen, and Kevin. They fight their way up to the command center, and they face Kevin Michael Richardson as the hybrid. I always thought he was the big bad. He looks like the big bad. Everyone thought he was the big bad because of there's all these subtle differences in the hybrid, and just the grey made him look like a leader. I suppose he was the leader of this part of the hybrid on Earth, but he's not the big hybrid. Because once we got up there, we had a little fight. Ben was facing off against Kevin Michael Richardson's one, and Gwen and Kevin were up against the other one. And yeah, Gwen just releases her power as an anodite. And for a second there, she was tempted to just let loose. But yeah, once again calling back to the episode with the grandmother in the previous season, saying that she's supposed to gain control over 75 years, but she doesn't have 75 years. And so then Kevin manages to convince her to come back to human form, and she does. And then we had a nice little hug between them. I was expecting the kiss, because honestly, how have you made us wait for 2 seasons and you've not given us that romance? But then again, it doesn't matter how long it takes as long as it happens, because it's going to feel great when it happens. It would have been great to have it here. It probably was the only thing I was missing, as well as the Julie and Ben stuff. Both of those relationships was the only thing I was missing, but it doesn't matter. They're both going to happen at some point. I know they are. And then, special guest appearance, Max, Manny, Helen, Pierce. They all just showed up out of nowhere. How did they get back? I mean, they said last time we saw them, Max said they were going to find their own way back once the null void was under control again. And obviously it was otherwise they wouldn't have come back, and Max said it was the case as well. But yeah, we just had... there was no ceremony for their entrance, they just showed up, and it was awesome. Max comes in on that Guardian. Great. He looks so majestic. They asked the hybrid commander to stop the invasion, and then he just lays it on us that he's not the big commander that I thought he was. He's just, well, he's not the big leader as I thought he was, he's just one of the commanders. And the leaders were still on the hybrid homeworld. And so Ben, Gwen and Kevin take ship and go to the hybrid homeworld. And the clues were laid there when we first went there, because the hybrid homeworld looked messed up, like buildings were smoking everywhere. It looks like a ruin. And then once we arrived there, and once we got to the hybrid, nice little thing as well when they were captured, that Ben could use the Omnitrix voice activated. Although I imagine that's different now. Like, we know it's different now. He's been reset to ground zero. But yeah, they made it. The clues were laid there when we first arrived. The whole planet looks like it's in ruins. And when they get to the council, they look very different, obviously. They're a bit bigger, a bit chunkier, and they look more decaying almost. And that's the whole point of the story. They are a decaying race. They're not invading these planets because they believe everyone else is mongrels. They're dying out. They're an endangered race. and I suppose they just don't want everyone else. They just don't want to go out alone, so they're taking out everyone else. Then Ben just does what he did with the DNA aliens, and he saves them. He rewrites their DNA so they're not all inbred, they're not all susceptible to disease. They all, like, even when he cured them, even then the curing wave, that's what I'll call it, it went through all the jump gates and affected all the hybrid on Earth and on any other planet, so every hybrid in the universe was affected. And yeah, even when it finished, they were all different. Like, they were all different colours. They looked kind of different. They're all mongrels now. And for a second there, I got worried when the Omnitrix said that it will require all power. So for some reason, my mind went to thinking, like, is the Omnitrix going to break now and he's going to have to get a new one or something? Because that is still the OG Omnitrix that we've had from Ben 10 Season 1, Episode 1. It just looks different. But yeah, then when the hybrid realise that they're all mongrels now, they think that there's only one course of action, which is what Riney said in Episode 2. Saying that the only course of action is to live in self-imposed exile, or to kill themselves if they're impure. And just as they're about to do that, Riney comes in. He's decided to take himself out of his self-imposed exile, and he lays it on them that it's better to live this way. Like, Ben offered him salvation, even though he didn't see it at the time. So he comes in with his green arm. And then, Riney, he is elected the new Hybrid Supreme. He is the new leader of all hybrids. And he's the one that Ben saved. And that is just great. Yeah, this didn't end in the way that I thought it would, but it's almost better. Like, it's fully wrapped up into a nice little bow. Yeah, hybrid's done. Unless you have some sort of a few of them being resentful for this, I don't see why you continue with the hybrid story. It's definitely all tied up in a nice little bow. The one hybrid that Ben seemed to befriend is now the leader of them. So it's just great. And then all hybrids have been recalled back to their home world to restart again, a new future. Once everyone's back on Earth, Max destroys the teleporter pad, making sure they don't come back. And he's decided to make a new team. Ben, Gwen and Kevin, in Max's words, don't need him anymore. So he's making a new team of Manny, Helen, Pierce, Cooper, and Alan. They're his new team. Darkstar has gone AWOL. They'll catch up to him eventually. Juliet has gone home with Ship. We almost got a kiss between her and Ben. Imagine going... Juliet, imagine going home after being a part of saving the entire universe and worrying about curfew. Worrying about your bedtime, and it's a school day. It's a school night, and you just saved the universe. Mad. Gwen and Kevin go off to the auto show for his, well, looking about his new car because it's destroyed. And yeah, a bit more of the teasing of the romance. Azimuth and Paradox. Paradox is dropping Azimuth off on the Galvan homeworld. But yeah, the Omnitrix has lost its master control and it's been reset to 0. You've got 10 aliens now, and it's not even the 10 aliens that I've gotten used to over these past 2 seasons. So we're going to be seeing a lot more new aliens in this new season. Which is an extra long season, it's 20 episodes. So yeah, we're going to see... And just like Ben said, in the first episode of this show, Alien Force, he said, I don't recognise any of these guys when he's looking through it. So he's starting over again. We're gonna learn 10 new aliens in the next series, in the next season, and I'm excited for it. People say that season 3 is not as good, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what comes. This show has been incredible so far. The storytelling, like, not only have you gone from, not only did you have you didn't have a season-wide story, you had a 2-season-wide story. It's basically a 26-episode season, and it was great. I'm basically considering, I am considering this season and previous season as basically one season, as a 26-episode season, and it's the story told through it is just great. Yes, this show is amazing. So I'm gonna see what kind of story they play for us next season. So yeah, that has been all for this season of Ben 10 Alien Force Season 2, and it was fantastic. But that is all we've got. We should be starting with Season 3 next week, or maybe I'll take a couple of weeks break between the seasons. But until next time, that is all we've got for Ben 10 Alien Force. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!